right, hello, we are live. We are recording. This is another episode of Love and Stuff. Podcast number episode, I don't know. We're up there.
Yeah, it's lots.
It's lots.
Episode number lots.
And we're available on SoundCloud and I believe iTunes. I don't know if we're available on iTunes yet. My mom says we're on iTunes, so.
Well, I mean, that's a good source.
I'd have to believe my mom.
That's a good trusty source.
Right. So without any further ado, can we get into our sponsors?
Yeah, our that's the ado. That's
Yes.
the further ado.
Yes.
Is our sponsors.
Yes.
Yeah. So first, the Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia. And I actually haven't checked my email in a couple of weeks, so I don't know what's up with them. But, you know, go Croatia. Yeah.
Yeah, go Croatia. Because Croatia, if you wanted to, well, we can't do Christmas anymore because Christmas, well, you can still do Christmas in Croatia.
No. Christmas was a couple of weeks ago in Croatia.
But you can get salmonella-free chicken in Croatia.
Salmonella-free chicken. You can get wheat.
And
you can,
raki.
Yeah, you can drink some raki.
And get hammered.
Yeah, you can not step on a landmine.
That's always good.
Yeah, and, you know, if you wait a while, you get 2 Christmases.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're also sponsored by Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube.
For all your lube needs.
All
Dave
of them.
Lube says, order some lube.
Order some lube.
And, yeah, so we got a question today. We got a question from, I believe her name is Deborah. And Deborah is in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn?
Yes.
Nice.
And
My brother lives in Brooklyn.
Maybe she knows your brother. Maybe this question is about your brother.
Yeah.
Here it goes. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Deborah wants to know. Deborah walked in on her boyfriend watching balloon porn, and she wanted to know if this is a normal fetish or if her boyfriend is kind of a freak. She says she wants no balloon popping while she in her area.
Right.
While she's having sex.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Because she doesn't like the sound of popping.
I wouldn't want a balloon popping in my area during or not during sex.
Right. Either would I.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to some kind of weird stuff, but balloon sex, I had to research this one.
Uh-huh. You probably didn't have to research it that much.
Well, you know.
Just, you know, go to Pornhub, type in balloons, you're good to go.
Yeah, and like thousands of videos came up.
Yeah.
Almost like cake farting.
Yeah.
Which is another weird thing.
Cake farting upsets me. They ruin perfectly good cakes.
Yeah, unless you like the taste of the fart after mixed in with the cake.
Nobody likes to taste.
They don't even eat the cake.
Let me tell you something.
They don't even eat the cake. Do you know that?
One time, no, of course not, because it's unsanitary. But one time, my cat farted right in my mouth.
I don't even want to know how your cat
I was laying in my bed, and my cat sat down with her butt right here, and before I could do anything, she farted right into my mouth. And
I think you got some kinky things with your cat going on.
No, and it was horrible. You could taste a cat fart, and it does not taste good. And it burns your sinuses. It's awful.
Almost as bad as dog farts?
No, it's worse than dog farts.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did a little research on balloon sex, and you know, that's part of what I do when we get questions is I do the research.
Yeah, and I just talk out my ass.
Yeah, it works out well.
Or no, let me say, I'm already a very knowledgeable person.
Yeah, you are.
And I
You're so worldly.
Yeah, and I eloquently discuss my great troves of knowledge.
Yes, because your intellect is far above everybody else's.
Yeah, not everybody, not like
So you can't even think of people. That's how far up your intellect
I know,
is.
and I have such a high intellect. There are a lot of people I can think of, but
Right.
none of them.
So I watched this video, right?
Yeah.
Doing my research.
Uh-huh.
And there is this naked chick in a room filled with balloons.
Yeah.
And some dude, and she's lying in bed, and some dude is walking around just popping the balloons. And every time he pops the balloon, she plays with herself.
Okay.
And then when they get to the end of the balloons, he takes all the little balloon wrappings and throws them all over her body. And then he has his way with it.
Okay.
But it is a weird thing. Like, and then they did other videos.
You know,
I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
Then there was another video where this chick just sat on the balloon and popped it, just like they would cake farting.
Okay, so like cake farting except balloon farting.
Yeah.
And popping.
Yeah. And then there was another one where the chicks got the balloon. There were 2 chicks playing with the balloons, you know, and the vajayjay and all that stuff. And it is some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
it is some crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, what you're describing is pretty much, 'cause I haven't seen the balloon movies myself, but it's
Right.
pretty much exactly what I would expect of them.
Right.
Is, yeah,
Some crazy.
just crazy people popping balloons.
Crazy people popping balloons.
And genitals and all that.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I don't know. And see, and the girl in the email said that her boyfriend said he was just checking it out. And I don't know, like I checked it out, and it really wasn't my thing.
Yeah, but you were checking it out. What if
Well, I
somebody
was
walked
doing-
in
I
on you
was-
right at that moment?
I was doing research for the show.
Yeah, well, maybe he was doing research for curiosity. And what if somebody walked in on you right at that
I
moment?
would've said I'm doing-
And they're like, "Oh my gosh,
know
this
what?
guy is watching balloon porn. I need
my
to write a
roommate- my
letter
roo-
to Love and Stuff
My
and
roommate
ask about this."
My roommate walked in on me while I was doing research for cake farting, and then we just laughed about the cake farting videos.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've already been walked in on.
Yeah.
So I said it's part of research. Do you want to see what I do for research?
That's what everybody says when they're walked in.
But
on
I
watching
actually,
weird
but
porn.
I actually am.
They're all like, "Oh, I'm doing research.
But I actually am.
I'm writing a book about sexuality on the internet, and I'm just doing research about this
It's
balloon
about
porn
se-
and
About
cake farting."
sexuality on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm writing a thesis
Yeah, my thesis on sexuality on the internet
for
is
my
titled,
doctorate in pornographic Scientology
Yeah, and my thesis
that I got online.
Yeah, my thesis is called Porn. That's what the internet's really for.
And my professor says that I'm doing really well in my research.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it is there is a lot of weird stuff out there in the world as far as porn goes, and as far as like,
Wait. Let's go back to what we were just doing. So I gave my professor a copy of my thesis to look over and, mark up so I have something to work with,
Right.
get some corrections.
Right.
And he returned it, but all the pages were stuck together.
with this is really great so far.
Yeah.
Really great so far. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
And coming was spelled with a U.
Yeah. And on the back, it just said, "Oh boy."
Oh boy, I can't wait for the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one video where they only used the woman had like this whole documentary on the woman walking into she was like, "I am queen of balloon sex. I'm queen of this," and she was like, "I only want pink balloons in the room."
All right. Was there like a British narrator like on the Discovery Channel?
No, that would have
like,
been kind of cool though.
"The lioness enters the room demanding pink balloons."
And she is in makeup right now,
Yes.
getting herself prettied up for the balloon. I mean, like, it's almost like, it's just crazy to me. Like, there's the balloons, there's the cake farting, there's latex too. There's people that dress just in latex.
No, I've seen the latex.
Right.
And I'm like, "What's up? You're just wearing a full body condom." I
Right.
don't see the appeal.
Yeah, neither do I. There is just some weird stuff in the world
Yeah.
in that realm.
Yeah, but I want to add, I'm not judging. Everybody's got their
I'm
thing.
judging.
I'm not judging.
I judge.
Everybody's got their thing. You're allowed to have your thing. You can have your thing. So, and balloons seem pretty harmless. There are worse things to have, man. Like
Yeah.
cake farting, you ruin perfectly good cakes with cake farting.
Well, yeah, you do ruin perfectly good cakes with cake farting. I could see that being a problem. But it's a thing, and man, I don't know if it's a normal fetish. Obviously,
Well, are any of
obviously-
them really normal?
Well, obviously, I should change that. Obviously, it's a popular fetish because it's number 2 on YouTube on Pornhub next to mother-daughter lesbian. Is
Okay.
number 1.
That's a whole other thing we can have an episode on.
Right.
But let's not actually, because
But
incest is a weird
did you know in
topic.
those mother-daughter ones though, they cannot say like I'm your real mom. They have to say I'm your stepmom. They can't say like I am your son. It has to be like I am your stepson.
Well, I mean, that makes it less not good.
Right.
That makes it less not good.
It makes it less not good. Yeah, they're not allowed to say like I'm your mom. You're
Are they not allowed to, or are they just
No,
like,
there's
that's
actual-
a little bit too far?
There's actual rules that they cannot get if they Like if they say like I'm your dad or I'm your mom or you're my brother, if like they don't put the step in there, like it won't get put out into the porn world.
Okay.
Like there's like actual FCC regulations that say like
On what kind of
Yeah.
pornography standards?
yeah, and
Okay.
what kind of incest is best.
Okay.
So step incest is best.
Okay. Yeah.
So like if I'm your stepbrother or your stepdad, that's
You know,
okay.
It's like on TV, you can say God and you
Right.
can say damn, but you can't say goddamn.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You can say bull and you can say shit, but you can't say bullshit.
That's right.
Right. TV's come a long way.
TV has come a long way.
Right. But we still don't get frontal nudity like they do in like Europe.
Well,
Because
we'll get there.
people in America are afraid of boobies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Boobies are nice.
I think they're nice too.
I don't know why people are afraid of boobies. But yeah, so, I don't know if we're answering this girl's question. I mean, is it a normal fetish? According to Pornhub, it's number 2 in popularity. So
I want to say none of these things are necessarily normal, but that doesn't mean they're not okay.
right.
Right? Like being left-handed isn't normal.
I'm left-handed,
Yeah,
dude.
only like 10% of people are left-handed.
I'm left-handed, dude. What are you saying?
But that
I'm
doesn't
retarded?
make it wrong.
I'm not retarded.
It doesn't make it. I'm not saying you're retarded. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with being left-handed. Just like there's nothing wrong with like in balloon fetish stuff. By the way, it occurs to me. I bet these guys with balloon sex fetishes really love wearing condoms. Like love wearing condoms.
I think the balloons are a thing where they don't have to wear condoms. I'm
Well,
pretty sure
you
they
should probably wear a condom one way or
Well, yeah,
another.
that's a given, but
But I bet these guys are really into it because it's like a balloon for their wiener. And I have a story about that.
all right, it's
All
story
right,
time. Here
it's
we go.
story time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Here we go.
It was the 1960s, the early 1960s.
You weren't even alive in the 1960s.
No, but my mother was. She told me this. It was the early 1960s, and my mom was just rummaging through her house. And
Just rummaging?
Just rummaging.
Randomly?
Yeah, I guess she was home alone or some shit.
All willy-nilly?
People did that in the 60s, you know.
Right.
And
Well, they didn't have internet back then.
right,
So
yeah.
she probably wasn't searching Pornhub.
No, so she was rummaging through her father's things.
Right.
And
Because that's what you did
yeah,
back then.
and she found a balloon.
Did she blow it up and have sex with
She
it?
tried to blow it up. It was really hard to blow up, but she was able to blow it up. And her mother found her with this balloon.
Naked?
No, she wasn't naked. She was a little girl playing with a balloon, goddammit.
What does this have to do with our show?
It turned out it was a condom. It wasn't a balloon.
So she found one of her dad's condoms
Yeah.
and thought it was a balloon.
Thought it was well, you know, when you're a little kid, what would you think it was?
Right.
If you've never heard of a condom before, it really is just a balloon.
Yeah, I would think it was a balloon.
Yeah.
If I was like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
maybe 10.
Yeah. I've actually, been a grown-ass adult who's used a condom and been like, hey, I wonder, and tried to blow it up like a balloon. I didn't have the lungs for it.
Right.
But,
So yeah, to answer your question, maybe it's a fetish, and if you don't want balloons popping next to you while you're doing it, maybe you should tell them like, hey, I'm glad you're into that fetish, but I don't want balloons anywhere near me or my person
yeah.
while we're doing it.
Yeah. And there you go. Communication. It's the
Yeah.
key to any relationship.
He may try to surprise you now and just, randomly have balloons in the room, maybe for like your birthday. Maybe try it out for a special occasion.
Yeah, let him do it for his birthday or something.
Yeah,
If the
maybe.
popping bothers you, put in earplugs.
Yeah, I mean, just let him know. Just be clear. Like, I don't want it anywhere near my person.
Yeah. Just yes, lay down some rules like nowhere near the groin area.
It's like S&M.
And,
If you're doing some serious S&M, you need a safe word.
The safe word, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could use bat.
You want a better safe word than that. You want something interesting, something that'll really get your attention. Ooh, like Hyperion. That's a good safe word. Hyperion.
How could you remember Hyperion?
Well, are you
when
gonna
you're-
forget it now? I'm like, hey man, the
If I'm
safe
in
word
the
is
midst,
Hyperion.
if I was in the midst of letting some girl randomly smack my nuts,
yeah,
which I'm not into, but if I was into that
yeah,
and I was letting some girl smack my nuts,
yeah.
I don't think I would be able to remember Hyperion
Well,
as a safe word.
It's not that hard to remember. That's really the only thing you have to remember. there's only one thing you have to remember, and that's a single word, and that word is Hyperion. And it's like if the word was eye poppy, nobody would stop because they'd be like, yeah, they're into it.
Right.
But no, if the word's Hyperion, you're really like, well, Hyperion, that's not something people say during sex. People aren't just like, oh yeah, Hyperion. So
Right.
it's the safe word.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you just have a simple word like stop.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop means stop.
Right.
No means no.
Right.
Don't means don't.
Go means go.
Go means go. And Hyperion means
What does that even mean?
it means everything stops and you ask, hey, are you okay? Should I do something different? All right, we'll do something a little different because you use the safe word, Hyperion.
Is that the actual definition of it?
Hyperion?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
What's the actual definition?
I don't know. Let's Google it. I don't even
Google
know if it's a real
Hyperion.
word. All right, I'm
I
Googling
want
it
to know
right
what
now.
this word means that you're using to get out of your bondage
H-Y-P-E.
situation. Because that is a word people don't normally use. And if it's a good definition, hell yeah, use it.
Hyperion.
All right, here. All right.
In Greek mythology, Hyperion was one of the 12 Titan children of Gaia and Uranus, who, led by Cronus, overthrew their father Uranus and were themselves later overthrown by the Olympians.
That would be a good safe word.
Yeah.
You got it all wrapped up in there. You got a
Fuck
little,
yeah.
That's like a Game of Thrones episode
Yeah.
right there.
So, hey, to all you out there in the world listening to this, if you're thinking, what's a good safe word? How about
Hyperion.
Hyperion?
And you got to say it like that too. I know it'll be difficult in the midst of getting your nuts slapped or something like that. But
Well, if it was getting your nuts slapped, you'd probably be like, Hyperion!
or getting down or getting degraded, haven't letting some. See, that's another one I don't understand. I watched this dude be on all fours in a little leather thing, and this chick had him in a dog collar, and she was eating off of him, like had her full meal set up on no plate. Her meal was set up on his back,
Like right on his skin?
right on his skin.
That's
and every
not sanitary.
And every time he moved, well, there was a cloth over his skin.
Okay, well, that's
But
better.
every time he moved or flinched, she would crack the whip.
Well, it's like everybody's got their thing. I don't get cake farting. I don't get balloons. I don't get that.
Right. I don't
But
get
hey,
either
I'm
one
not
of
judging. Everybody's got their thing.
Everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
So what did we learn today? We're gonna learn that everybody has their thing.
Yep.
And if your boyfriend's into balloons, give it to him on a special occasion.
Yeah, if you're okay with that.
know.
If things go overboard, just say Hyperion.
And you'll be done.
Yeah.
And you'll be okay. If you need to write the word down, write it down. Say it again one more time so they know.
Hyperion.
Right. And you're also using a word from Greek mythology too, which makes it even more badass.
Yeah, the offspring of Titans.
Right. So I believe that is going to be our episode for today.
Yay.
So we'll be back next time with another question, or maybe not a question. Maybe we'll actually talk about stuff next time.
Ooh, yeah, stuff. I like stuff.
We don't get into stuff enough.
We don't get into stuff enough.
So until next time, people, have a good day, good night, a good year,
Yeah, all
a
that.
good life,
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good life.
and don't shit yourself.
Yes. Unless, you're into that kind of thing. I'm not judging.
Maybe people like that's the other one.